The perfect start to the day.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show.
Just the best.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
I'm looking at myself in the TV monitor here, and I thought about wearing, kind of a bold shirt today, but then I decided to go with something subtle.
I love it.
I've worn this before, but for some reason it just looks like a billboard right now. It says LSU Tigers across the chest, and then I got this writing going on. It says Tigers under the arms.
It does match our background.
When you raise your arms to cheer, then it says Tigers on the bottom side of the arm.
That's cute. I love that idea.
So, girl, and it is so soft.
I love that.
So soft.
There's nothing worse than a rough sweatshirt.
What is that hat, that beanie you're wearing, Lindsay? You said you wore it for my daughter.
I'm so glad you asked. So when I went to visit Lainey I went for my husband's work, but I also visited Lainey in Nashville a couple weeks ago. She gave me this beanie. It's a part of her job. She's a liquor sales or whatever. So she had this. This is my favorite tequila. She was like, promote me. I said, I sure will. It's so cute.
It's Lalo?
Lalo.
Lalo?
I call it Lalo because I call everything wrong, but it's Lalo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So cute.
There's a winery in North Carolina that can kind of toward the mountains of North Carolina that's really, really cool. And it's called Jolo. And I always mess it up and call it J-Lo, but it's Jolo.
Because that's more fun.
Lalo and Jolo. Okay. But they don't have Lalo at Jolo, I don't think. They just have Wino.
Yeah. I wish they did have Lalo at Jolo. Jolo, Jolo.
Yeah. Have you ever been?
Mm-mm. I will look it up.
Beautiful. Oh, girl.
Making a note.
Beautiful. Riggins, you should take your little dog up there sometime on a Saturday.
I remember you went on Small Town Adventures one time. It was beautiful.
Yeah, that was one of the small town adventures we did when little friend Jenny and handsome husband Michael were out of town. They're not winery people. And Cody is a winery person. And so she's like, well, I mean, this is the opportunity we got to go see that winery we've been wanting to see.
I'm looking this up.
Okay.
It's like
so cute.
It's like when parents have a kid that goes down for a nap. They're like, we can do anything right now. The kid's napping. It's kind of the same thing with you and Jody and JD and Michael.
We can go to this little coffee shop.
Yeah. It's so cute.
Yeah. Now listen, if anybody is listening to this and you go to Jolo Winery or you inquire about it, just tell them that you heard it on our show and that they should be advertising with us.
That's it.
And I didn't mention them because I wanted to try to get them to advertise. As long as we're talking about it, then it would be a way for you to show them the power of the TJ and Riggins Show.
That's right.
And they have delicious pizza.
Oh,
this place. The restaurant's really good.
It's a cute venue for a wedding.
Oh yeah. Good luck getting in for that, girl.
Tell me.
There's so many godless weddings going on now outside of the church house.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. You had one of those.
It was beautiful.
Smoking capital of Jamaica. Where you were, Jamaica?
No, Key West, but close.
Oh, well, cigar smoking capital.
Yes.
America.
Yes.
Key West. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
They sure are beautiful when they're godless, though. Well, outside, not godless. What you call it.
Okay.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel at TJ Riggins TV and watch the show an extra funny each weekday. Sponsored by eFile.com, making filing individual federal and state returns easy. Go to our deals page for 20% off when you e-file with eFile.com.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show with TJ, Riggins, Lindsay, Tech D Rob.
Sets the tone for my day.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Riggins, being our expert go-to person, what do they call him? A contributor.
Yeah.
Being our expert Catholic. Catholics, y'all don't get married outside of the church, right? Y'all don't go to beaches and barns and things like that and get married, right? Don't you get married at church?
Yeah, typically.
Do priests go out and perform wedding ceremonies in a barn or on a beach or a winery or something like that?
I don't believe so. Maybe it's happened under special circumstances, but I've never been to a wedding that was outside the church.
And I guess no Catholic weddings or, sanctioned Catholic weddings are ever done by somebody who got ordained on the internet.
Yeah.
Not that I remember. No.
That would be funny.
Yeah. My brother did that for one of his friends. He got ordained online and, performed their marriage.
His friend wasn't Catholic.
No.
Oh, yeah.
So, Lindsay, at your godless wedding on the beach in Key West, was it a minister that performed the ceremony, or did y'all just get some voodoo person to come out and do it?
No, it was a minister. He was very attractive. I didn't realize that when I picked him.
Yeah.
He was a minister and did his church was in Miami, but he did a lot of weddings. Miami, Key West, they're close by.
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah.
Jody and I got married in a church. Obviously, but it was her home church, Methodist church in Alexandria, Louisiana, and her parents still go there. And the Methodist church was a lot different back then when we got married than it is now. I mean, as an organization. But I think when I get married again, it'll probably be a little chapel on the beach in the Bahamas or somewhere like that. But I'll make sure that it's a church.
Okay. Make sure you're standing over a cross.
Now, you and your husband, when y'all got married, was he wearing board shorts and a shell necklace or anything like that? Just like a regular beach wedding?
No. My theme was, what I call it? Something chic. I'll have to think about it, but it was not clarified very well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beach.
When you're using the vocabulary of someone who has a fashion degree, normal people may not understand that. It says beach chic.
Yeah. I got so many texts like, what do you mean? Because it was mostly family.
Yeah.
And we're like, we don't understand. I'm like, just forget it. Or a suit.
Linen pants.
Yeah. It's fine.
Whatever.
The theme is boogie board chic.
Boogie board chic.
Skidboard casual.
Yeah. It wasn't clarified well, but
it's not a skid board, it's a skim board. Sorry. One of those things that people, look like they're just going to break an arm at any time, sliding across where the water's coming up onto the beach.
Yeah.
They just throw that thing out in the water. You're like, I would kill myself doing that.
Yeah.
I know. I'd be in the hospital for sure.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show.
Listen everywhere.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Yes. Here we are at the weekend, on the cusp of the weekend.
We're on the cusp of the weekend, and we are on the struggle bus this morning. Lindsay is falling apart. She just spilled coffee all over herself. Look at that.
It's in my hair.
The good thing is, though, she's wearing a white shirt, so nobody will notice.
Pause it. I was just Miss Messy Mouth on this.
Miss Messy Mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Oh, look it up. Everything out.
It's falling apart over there.
Yeah.
But here's some good news. Today is the first day of spring. It's the first day of spring, and tomorrow it's 77 degrees in our area. I checked the weather app, and it said the high is 77. So when it's 77 degrees, do you open the windows or do you just go immediately to the AC? And TJ, I think I know your answer, but I want to hear it from you.
Yeah, it's obviously go right to the AC. We've already had the air conditioner on.
Have you?
Yeah. Yeah. On those days that we had that were hot, we turned the air conditioner on.
Oh, mine's been on.
Yeah.
I live with mine on year round pretty much.
True Southern people don't open windows in lieu of air conditioner unless it's in the fall.
You're so right. Kyle's whole family's like, you can open the windows? No, Never. I never have. I don't even know if they can open.
That's why we have air conditioners.
Yes.
You've never opened the windows in your house?
No. Do you want bugs in your window? Or even if there's like the screens, which are kind of tacky. But anyway, they can still get in like little no. Ew.
Dust coming in and everything. Not to mention, you want cool air. If it's hot, you want cool air.
Pollen? Get out of here. You Midwesterners, get out of here.
I'm telling you, though, if it's fall temperatures, like a crisp fall, that's the only time we would open a window. Now, Jody likes to open the windows when somebody's been sick because she thinks it lets the germs out.
Well,
but no, I don't want the windows open.
Never.
Yeah.
I don't ride around in my car with my truck with the windows down.
Yeah.
If it gets hot in my truck, I turn the air on. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what circulates air? A ceiling fan. You're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine.
I never thought about the idea of opening the windows to let the germs out. Is that true?
No.
I'd try it.
I was going to say, because maybe she could talk to Lindsay and give it a whirl. It couldn't go any worse in Lindsay's house.
Anyway, I have sprayed more antibacterial spray in this house.
Yeah.
In the air.
That's what Jody thinks is a combination: Lysol and opening the windows.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Well, Lindsay, be careful with that spray, because TJ was of the same mindset that he would just spray it everywhere, including on his microphone. He would spray that Lysol on his microphone, and then he ended up getting, what did you get, polyps on your lungs or something?
On my throat.
Yeah, well, add it to the list over here.
That was back when I was going through a pretty much a germaphobe phase, and I would spray the microphone down every morning with Lysol. And the ear, nose, and throat doctor said, stop doing that, because that basically for 4 hours you're inhaling gas. So
that's wild.
You were unintentionally huffing.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
You were doing
was the show real funny?
No,
extra
never.
Funny.
It's never been funny.
Because you were like, wah.
But I didn't have germs in my lungs.
That's
there
true.
You go. They were
Clean as
sparkling
whistle.
clean. Yeah, exactly. Lemony fresh were his lungs. So yeah, it is the first day of spring. But remember, as TJ says, if you are Southern, do not open your windows. Just turn on the AC. That's good advice.
Yeah, true Southerners.
True.
Yeah, a lot of fake Southerners will open windows.
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
Join Lindsay Wednesday nights at 7 live on the TJ Riggins YouTube and Facebook pages for Lindsay Look, sponsored by healthlabs.com. Go to our deals page for Lindsay's Health Labs link and how Lindsay keeps track of hormone levels with 3 different testing options.
The perfect start to the day.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show.
Just the best.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but according to Sporty Spice, there's not going to be a reunion of the Spice Girls. They would all like to do something somehow, but it's just not coming together right now. That's what Sporty said. Now, here's the question. Lindsay, what is Sporty's name?
Mel? No. Is that scary? I don't know.
No, Sporty Spice is Mel.
Mel, okay.
But that's not all. You got to distinguish, because there are 2 Mels.
Oh, that's why there's 2. That's why I was like, what? Mel C.
Good. And I know all masculine, heterosexual, 56-year-old men are quizzing people on the Spice Girls' real names today. So I just thought I would get it out there, be the first one.
Thank you.
So it was Posh, Scary, Baby, Ginger, and Sporty.
Oh.
And Mel B was Scary. Obviously, Victoria Beckham was Posh. Mel C was Sporty. Jerry Halliwell was Ginger. And Emma was Baby Spice.
Do you know all their real names?
Well, because when they were the hottest, when they were on the scene, I was in the business.
That's right.
Being an old fart DJ, you know those kinds of things. And we got to sit down right in the middle of every one of them in their dressing room. Ace and I did, and interview them.
That's fun.
and you won't believe this, but at the time I had this stupid thing on the air I was talking about where Posh was my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And that I pretended I had a crush on her or whatever. And when we interviewed them in their dressing room, Victoria Beckham played along with it.
Oh,
Played along with the little, stupid thing.
so she's cool.
Mm-hmm. The coolest one though, she was like Posh was the most reserved, but Scary was really cool, outgoing, and Baby Spice was really cool.
I could see that.
Sweet. Yeah.
Was there one that stood out that was really not friendly?
No.
Okay.
Posh though was the Victoria Beckham was the one that was the most reserved and seemed kind of shy.
I believe that.
Yeah, but not mean at all.
Yeah.
That's why I think she does get a bad rep for acting, but she's just shy. People are like, "Oh, she's rude," but she's really not.
But she's a different person now than she was then. I mean, she didn't, she wasn't married to the greatest soccer player in history then.
So true.
With all of the glitz and glam and all of that. Mm-hmm. That may have changed her. Look what it's done to you, Lindsay.
Look at me.
You're not nearly the just regular girl next door like you used to be.
Married to the hottest guy on the planet. Look at me.
Yep. Miss Glam with coffee all over your shirt.
Yeah. Living the high life right here. Look at me.
Messy Spice.
Messy Spice.
Ragged Spice.
Raggedy Ann Spice.
Frumpy Spice.
Yeah.
More TJ and Riggins coming up. What is new radio? New radio is
Streaming everywhere.
listen to the show starting each weekday morning at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Well, there's something disappointing going on at my other job. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it, but I have 2 jobs. So my other job where I do a talk show on the news talk station in Charlotte called WBT. I got an email yesterday that was sent out to all staff members. And it was saying from the program director, I'm getting the media softball games back up and running. And if you would be interested in playing and representing WBT on our softball team, let me know. And I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. I can get in on that. They don't recognize, my stellar radio career and what a big deal I am in the radio world, because they're all obsessed with nothing but talk radio. So they still don't really know, what as they say in the sports world, what my pedigree is.
Right.
So this would be a way to really, get some attention and respect amongst the staff. And then I look and it says, I've got Truist Field, which is the big, nice minor league AAA baseball stadium in uptown Charlotte. I've got it reserved for Monday, the 23rd at 11 a.m. So I'm like, that's this Monday.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be ready to play if you gave me a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But I'm not just going to show up out there with no practice and, got a feeling in my old back and all the other stuff that I've got going on, because there's no way I can just halfway play. I'll be full speed running. I'll be diving for balls if I need to in the outfield, because I won't be able to stop myself. That's how I am. And I know that I would end up just, one of those deals where they say, man, you are not 25 anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of the way they did whenever I went down that slide in the shallow water in Florida and almost broke my ankle.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Mm.
But here's my question. Who else is playing that is full ready to go right now? I mean,
well, that's the thing though. They're not going to be playing all out, I'm sure, the way I would be playing, because my mind doesn't know that I can't play softball with the intensity that I used to play baseball and softball when I was young.
Sure. Yeah.
So I would be playing with my mind and not with my body. And then that would put me in the hospital, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're nuts. You're going to be in one of those full body casts where it's like you got a neck brace on. Like,
Because I immediately started thinking, all right, well, I can get, boy over here to start throwing with me, and I can just, I can get loosened up, start running a little bit in the field and, get ready. But I can't be ready by Monday.
So you are or are not going to do it?
Well, I'm going to ask if I can join the team in a couple of weeks.
Okay. Great idea.
But then again, I don't want to be on the team if they're playing against the TV stations and other radio stations and all of that, and they're not serious about it. And, I don't want to be on a losing team.
That's so true.
Good point.
I'll have to see who else is on the team.
Maybe just go have fun.
Get out of here.
Sorry.
What are you talking about?
TJ Riggins and Lindsay want to thank you for listening. Let's go! This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
With all the crazy stuff going on in the world, you need to stay informed. But receiving important information about politics and our culture doesn't have to be boring. Listen to the TJ Ritchie Show, and I'll keep you knowledgeable about current events with my unique wit and adorable disposition. The TJ Ritchie Show is live weeknights from 7 to 9 on 107.9 WBT in Charlotte, or listen to the podcast anytime at tjritchie.com. Join the fight and the fun with the TJ Ritchie Show.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show with TJ Riggins, Lindsay, Tech D Rob. Now back to the TJ and Riggins Show. Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Hey, Riggins. How long did you have before you turned 40? You got a year and a half or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
All right. So they always say with the main, when you turn 40 and you go to the doctor, it's when you start getting the exam.
Is that it?
I think they may have changed it to 45, but I think it's 40. It used to always be 40. But anyway, you don't go to like yearly checkups, do you?
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, this woman has a question that she wants to ask her husband whenever he comes in from his yearly checkup. This is what she's wondering.
Husband went for his annual physical today. He's not back, and I'm going to ask him this when he gets back. But I want to know, if you're a man and you go to the doctor, do they ask you on your intake questions if you feel safe at home? I'm just curious. Let me know.
What?
So evidently they ask women, do you feel safe at home? Meaning, are you being abused or anything like that?
Whoa.
Now I was at the doctor yesterday for a checkup. So, it's fresh in my mind.
Yeah.
They did not ask me if I felt safe at home, but they did ask me something that I even said, what does that have to do with anything that y'all are concerned with? They asked me if I was, financially, secure, meaning, if I'm stressed or worried about or really insecure about finances.
Yeah, that's deeply personal.
They'd never asked me that before. And I was like, what does that have to do with anything? And then it's the usual response. Well, it's just on the questions we have to ask. And then if I go any farther with my curiosity, then I become a jerk then. Yeah. It's like that time I took my son when he was little to the doctor, and they started asking him all these questions and asking him if he wears a helmet when he rides a bike. And I was like, what? And then ask a couple more, and I was about to, get up in it. And then they ask, are there any guns in your home?
No way.
And I stopped and I said, hey, stop with that line of questioning. That's not your business. That doesn't have anything to do with my son, with me in here getting a checkup.
Yeah.
And it was part of, I don't know if they still have to do all that, but it was part of Obamacare at the time. It was new.
Oh.
And so that was part of the line of questioning.
But you weren't in Obamacare. Like you weren't covered under Obamacare.
No, but there were mandates to doctors that came with the Affordable Care Act, is what the official name was.
Okay.
And I mean, it's like, that's because then it hit me. I was like, oh, the government's asking these questions through the doctor.
Right.
Want to know if I've got guns and all of that kind of stuff.
That would have been so funny if Boy was like, yeah, we got a bazooka.
It's like, you mean just in my room?
Tons of them. And you should see the collection my dad's building. I mean, it's impressive.
Yeah, we have landmines in the front yard.
Yeah. I mean, right now, how many on me? I mean,
Like, one of my vocabulary words last week was stockpile.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh my God. I love it. I love it. I love it.
This is TJ and Riggins. The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
It's trending. Gotta check on what's trending.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's a fun
Made
little-
it up on the spot. I know you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one of your many talents, TJ.
Yeah, freestyling.
Freestyling. He's ready for the battle. So today is the first day of spring, and spring has sprung, and it's going to be warmer in our area. Are you guys spring fans? I mean, or are you just ready to get to summer and margaritas and tanning and all that stuff?
Yeah, that's what I'm ready for.
Yeah.
Now that you put it like that, yeah.
Yeah. Do you
I
think
feel
Mar-
good.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
no. I just feel good when it starts getting warm, but then the pollen hits, and then you know how it goes. So
I heard somebody say that margaritas have gotten too sweet. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
they need to make a good ratio.
Yeah.
I can handle one margarita every now and then.
Yeah.
And it's not, because I can't handle alcohol. It's because of my acid reflux. I can't handle age.
Right. Same. The older you get, that sour mix just.
Mm-hmm.
The man is filled with acid.
But I'm always salted on the rocks.
Yeah. Same.
If I want an icy, I'm going to go get an icy. By God.
Yeah.
So true.
Lindsay said she doesn't drink those spiked seltzers yesterday. I thought that was kind of interesting because every woman I know loves those things.
Oh, really? It's the malt beverage taste. I don't like.
You're not into it.
But now TJ gave me, or was it Jody, gave me a brand that is, it's liquor. So you buy it in the liquor store, but it's still like one of those seltzers. And I drank it on the beach. It was perfect. Surfside or something, whatever.
Yeah, that was Jody. Jody gave it one. Is it a tea?
Yeah, like a tea. It's good, but not just like a seltzer you get at the grocery store. No.
Yeah, I don't even think that that's carbonated.
And that's part of the reason I like it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So crack something delicious today. It's getting warmer out this weekend. One of the Duggar brothers has been arrested. Again, this is another Duggar brother. And he's been charged with molestation of a family friend. Now, I believe he's in his 30s. His name is Joseph Duggar. And his brother is already in prison for possession of, underage adult material, I believe is what they call that.
We need to get rid of these Duggar brothers. We have to. They're 9-year-old.
Yeah, this one was 9. The victim was 9 when it happened.
Yeah. So the Duggars back in the news for the worst reason ever. They don't have any Duggar shows on TLC anymore, right? They're completely canceled, all of them.
I don't know. I think at one point, I don't know if it's still on, but it was recently that one of the daughters is married now and has a family, and they were following her. She's the one that wrote the book, I believe, that told, the tell-all book about the thing. So I think she's estranged from the family.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just going by, what I hear my wife saying, because I don't watch TLC because of all that business. I don't learn anything from the Learning Channel anymore.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's the Learning Channel, but all we're learning about is these raunchy reality shows, it seems. But the Duggars back in the news. And then Kraft Macaroni and Cheese is getting on the protein train. They now have a Kraft Blue Box. It's called Power Mac. And it has more protein than your average Kraft mac and cheese. So everybody's slamming protein into, nostalgic favorites.
Well, if it has any protein, it has more than the average mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Most, I don't think.
Yeah.
Well, one listener reached out and wants TJ's advice on something that's happening in her home, and we're going to help her out. Coming up next.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Hey, it's Riggins, and I am ready, willing, and able to get your business better known by hiring me as your company's next influencer. Let's start a TJ and Riggins Show influencing campaign together by going to tjriggins.com and hitting the advertise link.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Baby, let's go.
Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show.
All right. Ooh, I'm ready for someone's inquiry. Looking for my advice.
Yeah. You know, nobody ever asks me or Lindsay for advice ever. But
No. Is that surprising?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I could help somebody. I'm sure you could help somebody, a young parent or something like that.
I'm literally falling apart every day. People are like, she's the last person I want to get advice from.
Well, this person has a question for TJ, and I think it's perfectly suited for him. She says, it came in our DMs on Facebook at TJ Riggins Show. Hey, TJ, I'm hoping you can give me a little advice. This has been bothering me more than I expected. I'm somebody who really loves cooking for people, and it's honestly one of the main ways I show love. I know you're the same way about feeding people, which is why I thought you might understand this. For the past couple of years, I've been packing my husband lunch for work almost every day. It's nothing crazy. Sometimes it's leftover, sometimes a sandwich or something I made the night before, but I always try to make it something good that he'll really enjoy. It makes me happy knowing he has something homemade during the day. Well, I recently found out that he's been giving those lunches away to somebody at work. Apparently, there's a guy in his office who forgets to bring his lunch a lot, so my husband has been giving him the meals I pack. On one hand, I know it's a nice thing to do, and I don't want to sound selfish, but on the other hand, it really, it hurts my feelings. I spend a lot of time thinking about what he likes and cooking it up and packing it, and then he goes and gives it to somebody who doesn't even know me. Now I feel weird making lunch for him, and I don't know if I'm overreacting or not. Part of me feels silly for being upset, but another part of me feels like the effort I put in didn't matter. Just curious to hear your thoughts.
You should be thankful. I don't know if you're a religious person or not, but you should thank God that you have such a kind husband.
There you go.
There you go.
And if you are worried that he's not eating his lunch that you pack for him, maybe throw a little something extra in for the guy who, in case he forgets his lunch. So your husband can have his lunch and I mean, not necessarily go to the trouble of making a completely new lunch or extra lunch, the same as your husband's, but at least a little something that if he, wants to, say, oh, here, I have an extra sandwich. You can have that. But yeah, I think it just sounds like your husband's a kind, giving person.
Yeah.
And you don't need to overanalyze it until you mess it up.
Yeah.
You're
so right. She's clearly like on one side, she's like, he's doing the right thing, but it also is, she's taking it personally.
And I bet your husband is so proud of you when the guy is eating what you made and bragging on it about how delicious it is.
Yeah.
And this is why she didn't ask me for advice. Cause I'm upset about it.
You're upset.
Don't like what I cook, what I make.
And then you'd stop making it, right? Well, I'm not doing your lunch anymore if you're going to give it away.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get that too. It would hurt my feelings if I was making something for my wife and she gave it away. I'd be like, oh, I made this because I thought it's something that you might like.
Yeah.
I strictly answered from a perspective of what I would do if it were me. If it were Jody going to work and I made her lunch and she gave it away, I would when I found that she had done it a couple of times, I would pack extra food.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm a really good person. I'm not a catty mess.
So true.
Like Lindsay is, obviously.
So true. Never catty.
I love it.
Yeah! All right, let's go.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
The perfect start to the day.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show.
Just the best.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
All right, we about to get it. It is time for Riggins' funny song about all of the stuff that has gone on this week on the show and off the show. It's Riggins' Weekend Review.
And this is my song, it's called The Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects and no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you. Today is the first day of spring. I just thought you all should know. I used to be a spring chicken, now I'm a leathery winter crow. A lot of people don't know that's one of TJ's best impressions. He does a great crow. I can't wait for hotter weather. Even a little warmer would be cool. I'm ready to get another fine by the HOA for having my cheeks out by the pool. Ooh. Big butt. We're just a few weeks away from Easter. Time flies like I don't know what. And a message to my mom, if she's listening, start working on my basket now. And this is my song. It's called The Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects and no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you. St. Patrick's Day came and went, and I didn't wear green because I'm lazy, and I didn't feel lucky when I got a jelly bean stuck in my shillelagh.
Ooh. Get it out of there.
It's the shillelagh.
I should have looked up what a shillelagh is, but I'm not sure. I did not watch the Oscars, and maybe I'm not the right age. All due respect to Joaquin Phoenix, you're not going to lecture me from the stage. No offense.
So true.
Tomorrow is National Single Parent Day. Pop some champagne or open a beer and tell Jody if she doesn't straighten up, she'll be celebrating next year. Mm-hmm. And this is my song. It's called The Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects and no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you. We're in the first round of March Madness, highlighting determination and skill. But every month is madness at Lindsay's when mommy forgets to take her pill.
So true. How'd you know that?
Mama's meds.
April Madness, May Madness, you name it. One of the Alabama players was arrested with a pound of weed. And no, I wish I was joking. But if you smoke that much and play at that level, I say keep on smoking. You know? It's working. Yeah. I was a student athlete, but you never catch me on the court. Well, I guess I better ask, is pooping your pants a sport? And this is my song. It's called The Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects and no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you.
Hey.
So good.
Hooray. Today is a national holiday. It's not only the first day of spring, it's also something very, very important for the couples in the radio family. We're going to take a trip down memory lane coming up next.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
You can now watch TJ and Jody's House live on Sundays on the TJ Riggins TV YouTube channel and on demand anytime. Sponsored by Flowers Fast. Get high-quality flowers delivered fast with same-day delivery included at the deals page at tjriggins.com.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show with TJ, Riggins, Lindsay, Tech D, Rob.
Sets the tone for my day.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
It is. You can bet on it.
Bet on it. Wasn't that from High School Musical?
Yep. Bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on it.
Love that.
That was Troy that sang that, I believe.
Yeah, I believe you're right. Well, today is National Proposal Day, and we were just talking about Lindsay's wedding in Key West earlier in the show. And but I think the most interesting proposal that's taken place on the show is TJ's proposal to his wife, Jody. And Lindsay, do you remember the meal that TJ prepared for his then girlfriend when he proposed?
I do. Deer steaks.
Yep.
Yes, I'll never forget it.
Yeah, damn tenderloin, man. You don't even have to chew it. It's so dang good. Melts in your mouth like cotton candy.
Is a deer tenderloin like a filet mignon? Like, is that the closest comparison? What is that like?
It's like the most tenderful, flavorful, like a minute steak, or what they would call steak fingers.
Okay.
That kind of deer steak.
Were you nervous when you were about to propose, or were you pretty confident that Jody was going to say yes?
Well, the only thing I was nervous about is that I was about to find out if she was really stupid and I didn't know it.
Are you dumb?
Because I mean, if she said no, then obviously I'd been like, "Whoa, I sure didn't see stupidity coming out of you."
Yeah.
I never clocked that.
I'll take that deer steak.
But did she say yes? I mean, what was her reaction? Or did she know it was coming?
No, she didn't know. I don't believe in all that. All that we're getting engaged and it's going to happen tonight, because I know he told me that we were going, that kind of thing. Like that couple when we were on the trip to Disney with our children's charity, and the guy made out like he was about to surprise his girlfriend and propose to her. Yeah. And then we all gathered around. We stopped everything we were doing and gathered around in one of the parks, and he got down on his knee and proposed, and she wasn't surprised at all. And she said, because he told me he was going to do it. I was mad.
Yeah,
I was raised to be, a surprise person. Christmas gifts better be a surprise or you're not getting them, that kind of thing.
Totally agree.
Mm-hmm. So no, she didn't know.
She didn't know.
Mm-mm.
And she said, was she overwhelmed with joy? Was she just like, yes, 1,000 times yes?
She was, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not surprised.
I mean, obviously. I mean, you got a guy sitting in front of you wearing some tight silver tab Levi jeans and a denim shirt with a permed up mullet.
Oh,
yeah.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
You got me with that last part.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the flow. Look at the flow.
Yes.
How you going to say no to that?
You're not. You're not.
Well, that's wonderful. How did Kyle propose to you? Do you remember details of that day?
Well, I sure didn't know. I'll say that because of how I looked. I was just getting off work. We were going to go to dinner. So I was going over to his house after work, change, and then we were going to go to dinner. Well, I walk in. He's got candles lit, this little, some of my favorite gummy bears from the sugar factory were in this little jar that he had ordered, and I walked right in. I was like, oh, this is so sweet. And I popped the top because I was about to dig into the gummy bears, and there was the ring. But I looked a hot mess. I'd been like sweating all day. I was just like, clearly I didn't know this was going down.
Were you still holding the positive EBT stick? EPT stick?
What is that?
The pregnancy test?
Oh, I was like, EPT. No.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show.
Listen everywhere.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
So everybody's freaking out about this latest update on Punch the monkey. The little monkey.
Yeah.
From the Japanese zoo, who was shunned by his mother and the rest of the clan, or whatever you call a bunch of monkeys. What do you call them? What is a group of monkeys called?
I have no idea. A pack?
Maybe.
A pack? I don't know.
The cutest things you've ever seen.
And so everybody was sad for the monkey, and the zoo people gave him a little stuffed orangutan to pretend like it was his friend. And so he walked around with that and cuddled up to it, and everybody thought it was cute. Well, he's doing well now because he's got a girlfriend.
Ooh.
They said that there is a female that he has become friends with, and they play and they snuggle and they do all these things. So here's the problem. Now he's got a girlfriend, but he's still walking around with that stuffed animal. He needs to grow up. If he's going to have a girlfriend, he needs to, break the whatever you call it, the addiction, what do you call it when a kid won't give up their blanket or something?
The attachment?
You got to give up the attachment to that stuffed animal, or she's not going to want him.
It's true.
That stuffed animal has been with him through his darkest times. If she doesn't understand that, she needs to hit the road.
Well, even Riggins would put Pan, the stuffed panda, away in the closet whenever he had a girlfriend.
That's right. Yeah, he stays hidden because I know that's not a good look for a girl.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean, would you have wanted your husband, if you would have met him and he's walking around with a stuffed animal everywhere he went? He had an attachment to a stuffed animal, Lindsay?
I mean, I'm not going to lie. If he had been through what Punch has been through, I have almost Actually, I have teared up watching this stuff. I've been following this for months.
But you know what Punch doesn't even know?
What?
He doesn't even know he's a monkey. Right. So he doesn't know that he's been shunned, really. Monkeys ain't got no feelings.
Oh, he did. He sat in the corner like,
maybe because he was hungry or something. And but I mean, he's like, look here, I'm a renegade. I'm a free man,
Yeah.
I ain't got my mama sitting around telling me what to do.
Yeah.
I'm raising myself out here in these, streets.
Yeah.
In this monkey cage.
I don't know.
They gave him that stuffed animal, and now he got attached to that, and now he's just, he's trying to grow into a man, and he's still walking around with that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you, boo boo?
Wait, what? I
say keep it.
Okay. Well, then you really want him to be shunned by the pack of monkeys, then?
Well,
because they're going to be making fun of him. They shunned him, and then he's on the comeback, and now he won't let go of the stuffed animal. They're going to be just bullying him and ragging him and making fun of him.
Well, I'm going to take him. So don't worry. My next flight to where's he at?
Japan.
I'm taking him. We ride at dawn.
Yeah. Your next flight. Like there's one coming next week.
Yeah.
A rotation.
Yeah.
Where are you going today? Japan.
Yeah. Who am I kidding? I'm not flying that long.
It's what I call Thursdays in Japan.
Yeah.
That's where going to get Punch the monkey.
Yeah.
But, grow up, Punch. It's time. It's time.
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
The perfect start to the day.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show.
Just the best.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Here is a young man who is telling the world on the social medias what his simple goal in life is. And this will be very interesting, I think, to the ladies. Check it out.
My goal is to find a naturally pretty girlfriend, like just naturally pretty, no makeup, no nothing. Wakes up in the morning, still a 10 out of 10. That's what I want in my life. I want to wake up, look over, see my 10 out of 10 wife. That's what I want.
Now, a lot of people will tell their wives or girlfriends, a lot of guys will say, you look great without makeup. And they get dismissed. Like, oh, please. Yeah, right. That kind of stuff. And that is, I think, one of the biggest compliments a man can give to a woman is that you look beautiful without even trying. Mm-hmm. But they never take it that way.
Well,
yeah.
They always take it like you don't know what you're talking about. That's the way they respond. They respond with the attitude of you don't know what you're talking about.
Because they don't have good self-esteem. People like that aren't secure with themselves. If they were cocky and I don't want to even say cocky, but self-assured, they'd be like, oh, you're so right.
Well,
that's cocky.
A lot of women would also be upset that he's saying that she still has to be beautiful with no makeup. Because a lot of women go around with no makeup, but they're not a 10 out of 10.
True.
Yeah.
I need to see him.
He's cute. He's a cute guy, country looking fella.
Is he a 10?
No.
Okay.
No. But a 10 out of 10 to him may not be the same scale as somebody else.
Absolutely.
But here's my question. What do they have this on record of what year they stopped allowing public school teachers to wear makeup and dress professionally? Because my kids have been out of school for a while now, and I know it was going on before they got out. While they were in school, I know that was happening, but it seems like now every public school teacher is wearing whatever she slept in and no makeup. Those are the ones that get featured on social media anyway.
Yeah. I didn't even know. Well, growing up, they weren't even allowed to wear jeans like denim, anything. But now they do every day.
Yeah. Now wearing jeans would be dressed up, because I contend that our society took a huge nosedive when teachers were allowed to start wearing dungarees. That was the slippery slope.
Yeah.
Because if the teacher doesn't care how she looks or presents herself, then she's not really going to care whether the kids are getting what they need, from learning or how to behave or anything like that. It's dungarees.
Dungarees.
I
love that. That's the denim that we go to, the dungarees.
Well, that used to just be the generic term for, old people called all blue jeans dungarees,
whether they were or not.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Yeah.
Wearing them dungarees over there.
I'm just kidding to some of you teachers, but I'm telling you, the ones that I see on social media and the ones that I know in person, it's true.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. No makeup, ratty looking clothes, looking like, some people at the airport would go, you need to dress it up a little bit.
Yeah.
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
Hey, it's TJ, and I'm what they call a professional influencer. Let me get our listeners to love your business as much as they love me with a TJ and Riggins Show influencing campaign. Go to tjriggins.com, hit the advertise link, and let's go.
What is new radio? New radio is
streaming everywhere.
Listen to the show starting each weekday morning at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Lindsay, you are going to love this story.
Ooh.
I know you've been having a rough morning and all, spilling coffee on yourself and,
the work.
Not sleeping last night and all that. But this is going to really pep you up.
Perfect.
Put you in a good mood. They've done a study and interviewed a bunch of Gen Z young adults in the workplace. And they all say that capital letters are just, quote unquote, too intense.
Oh, I know you're kidding. Did you make this up?
No, I'm not making it up. Look it up.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, I'm already on edge, just in an anger fit this morning about other things. This is going to throw me over the edge.
And it's not just all caps. You know how our manager, Adam, will write certain words in all caps, but he's not doing it in anger. He's doing it in, to stress that word. We can get all the data we need in this,
Yeah.
Cause he's from New York and he speaks that way. He types as he speaks. He's very dramatic, but it's not even that. It's just like capitalizing letters makes it intense. Written word.
I can't. Grow a pair. We've got to figure out this Gen Z thing, or I'm going to lose it. The Lord, please take us before they're in charge, because what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Well, I mean, the first Gen Z president we get, I'm sure that he'll just have a deal with the other foreign leaders and all to never correspond with capital letters, never get too intense.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. When the Gen Z becomes leaders in the military, they'll do the same way. You don't want to really raise your voice to people, or if you have to write something, just make sure it's in all lowercase letters, or as our dearly departed brother Ace would say, all little letters.
Little letters.
He did say that, the little letters.
Yeah, you got big letters and little letters.
So I got to remember that with my children now. Yeah. I'm texting them. No capital letters, no big letters, just little letters.
You're going to make them cry.
You're really intense right now.
Dad, why are you so intense? You're kicking up my anxiety.
TJ, Riggins, and Lindsay want to thank you for listening.
Let's go!
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. TogiNet presents the TJ and Riggins Show. With TJ, Riggins, Lindsay, Tech D Rob. Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show. Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Okay, as you just heard in that little introduction, there are 4 members of the TJ and Riggins Show. They are Riggins, Lindsay, Tech D Rob, and I. So there's something new, and it's called a flamper. Which member of the TJ and Riggins Show would you say, if you're going to guess, which one of us uses a flamper? Who would it be?
Oh gosh, that's really, because I have no idea what a flamper is, but Lindsay's got a bunch of unique products and stuff that I've never heard of. So maybe Lindsay, I don't know,
If it's not something perverted, it's probably me.
I beg your pardon?
Well, it sounds kind of perverted. That's just what's kind of in my head. But if it's not, then it's me. If it's a beauty tool of some sort.
It's not. Let me tell you what it is. And then everybody will have an aha moment, and you'll know exactly which member of the show uses a flamper. It's a new term when you come home and you're tired and you take off your clothes and you throw them in the floor. So you got dirty clothes in the floor. So it's a floor hamper. It's flamper.
Okay.
I love that, actually.
Okay. That would be Tech D Rob.
Obviously. Yes, of course. Tech D Rob.
Flamper. You're such a flamper.
But how about Lindsay Riggins saying if it's not perverted, it's me.
Well,
yeah,
her.
I'm stating the obvious here. Doesn't it sound like a perverted type thing?
Yeah, but how would any of us be? Why would you think any of us would be using something perverted?
I'm just saying you're men, and I feel like you'd use a flamper. I'm just kidding. I'm just the least perverted out of all of you, and that's a fact.
Really? I don't think so.
TJ, you mean to tell me I'm a female? I'm a 41-year-old mom of 2 young kids. I'm the least perverted one out of.
I don't know. I'll see your 41-year-old mom of 2 kids and raise you a 56-year-old man who has to take testosterone injections.
Well, we might be on the same level, but I know the other 2, the young bucks over here.
Listen, you're not that much older than me. You're probably a freak.
I am. I want a flamper. I'm just kidding.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh my God. I love it. I love it. I love it.
This is TJ and Riggins.
Hey there, it's professional mom, fashionista, beauty expert, and so many more things when you bring me in as your business's next influencer. I'm good at this, and I want you to go to tjriggins.com and hit the advertise link and let me prove it.
The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
Yes. Man, I can feel it. Itching to get to the weekend.
Ooh, we're getting ready for the weekend. All right.
Pretty vulgar gestures you're making there.
Who's the perverted one? Okay. Anyway.
Lindsay's really hanging on to this thing that she's the least perverted one on the show, and I don't know what that's based on, but
I'm hanging on because y'all say I'm not. Of course I am.
I don't know why that's assumed. Just because you're a woman that you have 2 kids, that you are certainly less perverted.
Because I'm a woman.
But none of us ever sits around talking about perverted things.
I never said you did. It's a man and a woman. I'm just stating the obvious. Okay. I guess it's for me. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I guess because I know you guys. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh. Man, is my lip bleeding? That was hurtful.
I mean, are people listening to Extra Funny? They should.
Why, you say that we're perverted on Extra Funny?
No, but sometimes we talk about, more things and
stories in the news. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're into that.
Sure. Okay.
All right. Well, anyway, these are some of the top trending topics. March Madness is in full effect. They are doing the first round today. It's 2 days of the first round. So a lot of people watching college basketball all day tomorrow as well. So a lot of people getting into the spirit of March Madness. So that is in the news right now. Tinder has released a new AI tool on their dating app. It's called Camera Roll Scan. And what it'll do when you sign up for Tinder, it'll actually go through your entire camera roll and make suggestions based on your biometrics about which pictures you should use in your profile. It says this AI tool knows better than you do how good you look in certain pictures.
I love that.
A lot of people are complaining, saying this is taking it way too far and it's an invasion of privacy. But Tinder says it's an optional tool. You don't have to use it. But they say they're going to find the best pictures of you in your camera roll. And that's very attractive to some people.
Okay, well, I think the first picture of me in my camera roll is from 2013.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you set a time limit on it? Like, pick the best pictures of me from the past year?
Right.
I have not used it yet, but I would imagine you could put some parameters on how far you want it to go back. Although it did say it will request access to your entire camera roll.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll look back that far, but that's okay. You can have old pictures on your Tinder profile as long as you also have relatively new ones as well.
Right. That's not a good before and after.
It's not.
Yeah.
Ouch. We got more next.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Baby, let's go.
Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show.
Pretty Riggins. Pretty Riggins.
Oh, you remember?
You still look like a kid in the face. Even though you're 60 years old now, you look like a little boy.
60 years old. Jeez, ouch. No.
I do. I feel like you don't change a bit.
No, he doesn't. It's the hair. You got that kind of hair, you're always going to look young.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So true, Teach. So true.
Well, speaking of people getting older and stuff, there was a viral video, I'm sure you guys saw it, of that 78-year-old guy in Eastern Tennessee, and he was delivering for DoorDash. Did you see that?
Yeah.
This woman had a Ring doorbell camera footage of this 78-year-old guy. His name is Richard Pulley. He was delivering some DoorDash food, and he's like clinging onto the handrail and lowering it down. And people, this is why the internet can sometimes be great. The internet gathered around. They said, let's raise some money for this guy so he doesn't have to deliver for DoorDash at 78 years old. And it turns out he was delivering because his wife got sick and her medication was very expensive and they're retired. So he needed to make some extra money. So the internet got together, started a GoFundMe. And in the course of 7 days since this went viral, they've raised $1 million for Richard Pulley and his wife. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's a great part of the story. However, he has just been interviewed by the news and he said, listen, the internet has been wonderful. They've given us a great chance to have a more luxurious life. However, once this all calms down, I'm going back to work. And now people on the internet that have donated, there are some people voicing their opinion saying, oh, well, I want my money back. I thought we were helping you retire, but you say you're going right back to work. This isn't right.
Well, he just wants to stay busy. I'm sure he just wants to have something to do.
That's exactly right.
But I wonder if the people who, like the company GoFundMe, has people on staff that search for these types of things. And then they're the ones that start hey, look at this guy. We need to start a GoFundMe, because GoFundMe gets a big percentage of all of those funds raised. So I wonder if they have people. They're just like in the rich people lane on the interstate. I always wonder if they have people slow down the traffic on purpose so they can raise the price of the carpool lane.
Yeah.
I've often thought exactly what TJ just said. When my dog was, anyway, we're not going through, but I was going to start a GoFundMe. So I was like kind of looking, but I never did because I didn't feel like it was right. But they kept pressure. They even called me like, your thing is waiting. Because I started a profile. They were psycho about it.
Yeah, that's how they make their money.
Rude.
Yeah! All right, let's go.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Join Lindsay Wednesday nights at 7 live on the TJ Riggins YouTube and Facebook pages for Lindsay Look, sponsored by healthlabs.com. Go to our deals page for Lindsay's Health Labs link and how Lindsay keeps track of hormone levels with 3 different testing options.